They told him he didn't belong in first class, not because his ticket was missing, but because of the color of his skin. And you know what? What happened next wasn't a shouting match, or a courtroom drama, or anything you'd expect from a headline. Just a quiet seat, a plan brewing under the surface, and a collapse that echoed across airports far beyond that sterile gate. This isn't just another story about prejudice. It's a reckoning at 30,000 feet, and if you're listening right now, maybe you'll see how truth doesn't have to shout to be heard. Sometimes it just sits down and waits. So there I was, Gate 23, Miami International, those cold blue lights humming overhead, everything buzzing like it always does when first class is boarding, and you can smell the nerves, the status, the judgment floating in the air. The line split right down the middle like always. Economy on the left, first class on the right, and that invisible wall, you know, the one that says only some people belong here. Malik Drayton, 6'2", mahogany skin, tailored gray, blazer stood at the line, boarding pass in hand, not a trace of nervousness on his face. The guy didn't try to swagger, didn't say a word, just moved like he belonged because he did. The agent reached out for his ticket, but before she could scan it, here comes Carla Vancehead, flight attendant, blonde hair pulled tight, smile sharp as a blade, like she'd been waiting for this moment her whole career. Without a word to anyone, she snatched that platinum pass, ripped it right in half, and said, "You're in the wrong lane. Try economy or whatever class you people usually book." And the whole terminal just froze. No one said anything, but nobody could look away either. Malik just bent down, picked up the torn ticket like it was nothing but a receipt for groceries, slipped it into his pocket, and walked straight past Carla onto the jet bridge. Inside the plane, everything softened, lights warmer, air scented with citrus and new leather. Those 8 first-class seats shining like thrones. He hung up his blazer, settled into 2A, hands interlaced, eyes straight ahead, not touching a single button on that seat, though you could see the gears turning. The rest of first class suddenly found their magazines really interesting. The cabin was quiet, but not peaceful. Everyone was watching. Then Carla came back. This time she wasn't smiling. "Are you sure you're supposed to be here?" she asked, leaning in close, voice low but sharp. Malik didn't even turn his head. She waved a scanner over his seat. Beep, beep, red light. "No record," she said, almost smiling. "Looks like you've been reassigned." Malik pulled out a platinum card, heavy, engraved, not just for show. Carla just scoffed. "Nice trinket. Doesn't change the system." She turned and walked away. He didn't argue. Didn't need to. The people around him didn't know what to do. One man dropped his newspaper, just enough to peek. A woman across the aisle fiddled with her scarf, trying to block him from view. Outside, the ground crew loaded luggage. No idea something heavier than bags was about to get lifted. Now here's where it gets interesting. Malik tried to adjust his seat, turn on the light, nothing. Try the call button, nothing. The seat was dead. Carla reappeared, all rehearsed concern. "Looks like your seat's having some technical hiccups," she said, tapping her tablet. A little red icon blinked. "Safety protocol, gotta disable it for now." But Malik caught the twitch in her hand, the nervous flicker. She knew he knew. 3 rows back, a wiry kid in a hoodie named Leo had been filming since boarding started, quietly, just enough. Zoomed in on Malik's dead controls, then on Carla's face. He whispered, "This is so not a glitch," and added a caption, "Seat silence." Across the aisle, a woman named Yuna with perfect nails and a sharp coat started recording too. "Passenger 2A, seat disabled, no inspection," her caption read. Seen this script before. In the back, Mama Rose Silverhair, navy cardigan, watched the whole thing. She didn't film, didn't tweet. She just whispered, "Same script, different stage," and folded her hands in her lap. Soon the technician arrived. Tobias gut straining against his Orion Air vest, tablet greasy. Carla briefed him in the aisle, didn't bother hiding it. "Row 2A, log seat error, everything dead." Tobias barely looked, tapped his screen. "Yes, system fault, can't fix in flight." No tools, no inspection. Carla breathed relief. Tobias left. But Malik saw a line of code flicker, something only someone with inside access could insert. He'd written those codes himself. Quietly, He tapped a command on his own device. The system began recording. Meanwhile, Leo's stream was live. Viewers climbed into the thousands. Guy in first class, black, calm, not making a scene. Just got labeled system error, no fix denied. Watch this space, he whispered. Yuna. Tour stream pinged with hashtags. Seat stripping, people called it. The live chat blew up. The plane wasn't just a plane, Anna Maria, it was a stage. Carla came back with more questions, this time demanding additional verification. Malik produced a gold medal Cardinal logo, just his name and the word strategic stakeholder. Carla's jaw clenched. That doesn't register on our manifest. Malik replied softly, your manifest isn't updated for internal ownership. She tried to recover, but everyone saw her falter. Yuna Googled the name, found an old press release. Unnamed owner, 54% of Orion Air shares. Oh my God, she whispered. This man owns the airline. Malik just let it unfold, no gloating. He tapped his device again. In the belly of the plane, a relay flicked green. A signal was sent to Elijah, 6 rows behind, on a custom tablet. Uplink established, logs uploaded to a server called Ethos AIA Watchers. And then a twist. A woman in pearls, Darla, handed Carla an envelope, slipped right into her pocket. Leo caught it. Bribery on board. His chat exploded. In the galley, Tobias erased Malik's name from the manifest. He didn't exist anymore. But Elijah's tablet caught every keystroke. Yuna's viewership soared 200,000 live. The system tried to suppress network access, but Elijah countered it. Wi-Fi strength surged. Streams multiplied. Passengers joined in. When Carla demanded devices be turned off, no one complied. If anything, more phones came out. Suddenly, Malik tapped his device, and the first-class overhead screens dropped, displaying a live boardroom meeting Orion Air's top brass, faces drained of color. Malik's voice came through calm. Your airline made a choice. Now the owners see the consequences. The feed showed everything: Carla's discrimination, Tobias's sabotage, Darla's bribe, all documented. Elijah chimed in. Your system did this. It's just never had to obey a 54% owner before. The boardroom panicked. Malik held steady. We don't need rage to rebuild, just for seats. He tapped one last command. Global flight suspension. Confirm. Across the country, flights rerouted, gates locked, the airline frozen. News tickers flashed. Passengers gasped. One man near row 8 spoke up. They once bumped me from first class, said it was weight. A woman told me I wasn't dressed right. Yuna urged, say it loud. The stories tumbled out, Malik silent but commanding. Then the boardroom screen announced. Carla, Tobias, Darla terminated, access revoked, done. Carla protested, pressing buttons, voice shaking. No one listened. She was irrelevant now. Tobias slumped, lost. Darla just vanished behind the curtain. In the back, someone clapped. Then another. Soon the whole cabin filled with soft applause, not for revenge, but for relief. Mama Rose touched Malik's shoulder, and for the first time, he smiled. Not because he'd won, but because justice at last had landed. The plane touched down at Reagan National. A crowd waited, signs held high. Truth at 30,000 feet, we witnessed history. Reporters pressed close. Malik stepped out, no mic, no grand speech. This wasn't revenge. It was rebalancing. Now we reform. The words rippled across the world. Within days, Malik launched Ethos AIA real-time system to flag discrimination in transit, stores, offices, anywhere. Installed in thousands of places, it sparked retraining, accountability, hope. Letters flooded Mama Rose's mailbox. Because of your son, my daughter knows she belongs in any seat she chooses. A grandmother wrote, you raised a system changer. In cities everywhere, first-class seats finally open to everyone. 1 year later, Seat 2A sat in the Smithsonian card under the armrest. This seat is for everyone who was ever told they didn't belong here. School kids sat up front. Grandmother smiled. A new right was born, one that couldn't be revoked. And Malik? Just another face in the city, content to watch the world catch up. Some seats are denied, some are taken, but the most powerful are reclaimed. If this story stirred something in you, a memory, a truth, or just a breath you didn't know you'd been holding, share your thoughts below. Right and wrong, justice or silence, where do you stand? Hit subscribe, and remember, power doesn't have to shout. Sometimes it just takes its seat and lets the world adjust.
Xin chào các bạn, mình là Trinh, mình phụ trách viết content. Trên đây là những công việc của mình, là mình lên mạng xã hội tìm hiểu những
Next one? Alright. Thank you, man. Hey, if you guys have any trouble, let somebody know. Please.
After the tree to hold on to. Yeah.
Yeah, use the fence.